Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dream Life podcast. I'm so excited that you guys are here because today's topic or today's episode is all about Heart of a Dreamer. So, I know you guys have heard me talk about dreams a lot. This is called the Dream Life podcast for a reason. This is something that I really believe in, and it's something that I think that we all kind of need help and encouragement. And who doesn't need some encouragement? Even the encourager needs encouragement. So, let's jump right into this. Let's talk about heart of a dreamer. Who dreams? Who has a heart of a dreamer? Who dreams big? You know who dreams big? Children dream big. Children have not yet had all these limitations and boundaries placed on them, sometimes by people that absolutely love them or that are looking out for them. And let's also talk about who doesn't dream. So someone that doesn't dream is somebody that doesn't have hope, that they're stuck, that they're a slave. A slave mentality is what doesn't allow you to dream. Maybe it's a career that you chose, that you actually invested into it, and you chose this and you thought about it, and maybe because it was a good idea, maybe because people told you you would make money, your family pushed you into this or just advised you into this because they love and care about you, but maybe it is not your actual heart dream, and that's why you're at a place where you feel like you don't have hope or you don't have vision for it. Or maybe you're trying to live out somebody else's dream that was never yours to begin with, right? So when we're children, we're free. It's the opposite of a slave. You have a free mind. You're not yet, no one's told you you're not tall enough to be in the NBA. No one's told you Santa Claus doesn't exist. Or even for some of us, it's just we were sheltered or we were loved on. But sometimes the people who are actually doing the sheltering, we're actually doing the limiting, the limitations, and maybe some of the people that we learned those limitations from first. So sometimes even in religious environments, I grew up Christian, but sometimes they want to protect us or limit us from our free selves because they think that in some way they're protecting us. But as an adult, or today, I hope that you know that God's actual will is for him to walk in the freedom that he's given us, so to walk into freedom, that's powerful, like being free. And what are these limitations? And it's really silly for example, anyone to come and place their limitations on me. And you absolutely have to realize that some of these people growing up, some of these people that we even looked up to, that we admired, that we even said, you know what, that's my idol, that's my hero. Maybe that person had some wrong thinking. Sometimes some of the things that we interpret as powerful or as, somebody that we admire, we determine sometimes we interpret their power. And, we all need healing. We're all imperfect vessels working to become better. So just because, some of our parents come from different countries and some of them put their limitations on us. So, right. Okay, so we got that out, right? Free people dream, children dream. That's our goal. We want to have these dreams because these little tiny dreams that are just self dreams, just about yourself, that's not a big dream. That's not like a dream that you need like miracles to happen, that you're like, wow, how did you do that? That you're up there on stage telling your story, or even just with your family, like, or people come up to you and say, how did you do that? Those are heart dreams. Those are those dreams that when you're a child, or when you think about it, maybe seeing yourself speak in front of a lot of people, you get nervous, or maybe you see yourself in your head playing a big game, or maybe you see yourself as a child being someone of influence, of importance, a celebrity, or somebody that saves lives. And maybe it scares you. Maybe even while you're going to medical school and you see some of these things, some of these situations that you don't think that you're actually prepared for, equipped for, that's not in you, but it is. So, and it was in you from when you were a child. It's just at some point you stopped believing, right? And I'm a real true believer in the fact that our purpose is hidden in our dreams. So these little things that were placed in our hearts that maybe we haven't been able to get let go of, and it's something that maybe 3 years ago you were thinking about, 5 years ago you were thinking about it, or you always think to yourself, you know what, when I get some money, I'm gonna do this. When I get to this place in life, I'm gonna do this. Or when I get enough influence, I'm gonna start helping out over here. And that is now. Step 2. I don't know if this is in steps, but I'm just saying, go with it. Step 2, believing in your dreams, believing that you have a purpose. That is really, really important in this whole dreaming aspect, coming to fruition, coming to life, has to do with, do you have self-belief in yourself? Do you have belief that you have a purpose on this planet, on this earth, that you were especially designed with a mission inside, and that you're here to create a legacy? So there's not only dreams, we all have dreams, we all have things we want to do, but there's a small percentage of us that actually does them. And there's graveyards filled with people that never got to live their dreams or never even started the pursuit of their dreams. So step 2 for me is, realizing, step one, realizing where you're at. Step 2, realizing that your dream is real, that you have a purpose, that you are important, and that you can make an impact. Not all this hoopla, blah, blah, that you feel like everybody's filling you up with gas on social media or on YouTube and all these inspirational videos. But you have to truly believe it, that you're here living this life, this experience for a reason. And this time, we're so blessed. Look at the time that we live in with all the information that we have available to us. And even the unique circumstances that we come from, you're uniquely designed and equipped for something amazing. And you have to believe that if you want to live your dream life. That's a fact. With saying that, also, you have to do your work. Not your work, like your internal work. You have to have a healed heart. You have to be at a place in your life where you can absorb all that has happened to you, reflect upon it, and not allow it to destroy your dream, but propel it forward. So from that place of a person that understands, life is not easy, but one day at a time. So with that said, knowing that you have a purpose, also coming to a place where you work on yourself, like internal work on yourself, heal, and come to a place where you're free, where you can dream again and understand that all these things that have happened to you or the different things you've been through, not allowing them to taint you and to shut your dreaming down, but only to propel you forward, knowing that everything that you've gone through in life has ultimately qualified you and put you in this place that you are now, where you can put yourself in a position where you arm yourself with the right information, with the right tools necessary to accomplish a lot of the things you want to accomplish. And also a lot of those things will be given to you and put on. That's how a lot of this destiny works. You put the work in and a lot of things align themselves as well in a beautiful way. But to be as bold as a lion, you need to be healed. You need to work on yourself. And that's fine. We all, no matter how far along you are, no matter where you are in your journey, there's always work to be done. But you have to realize that maybe you were somebody that wasn't dreaming at all because you were so far away from that. But coming to a place where, why did I stop dreaming? Why did I no longer believe in myself? Dealing with that, doing the work in these kind of areas of your heart so that you can have a heart of a dreamer again, and then be bold as a roaring lion, knowing full-heartedly that you have purpose, that you have something to do, that you're designed specifically and especially for this. That it just makes you walk different. It makes you hold your head different. That's purpose. And that doesn't mean that you're living your dream life, but there's something beautiful when at the surface is you pressing in intentionally into your dreams and working on your dreams. It's just like on the surface, the best version of yourself. I don't know if you guys have ever had this feeling, but when you are working on something that is so close to your heart, that's so close to your purpose, that you just know that this is what you're supposed to be doing. Although it's hard, although maybe you've gone through things and it's been tough, meaning you had to go through fear, even through self. But when you're at that place, you feel so alive. And there's a piece. So now, putting yourself into this position where you're allowing yourself to heal, you're allowing yourself to dream again and really see that there is hope. I want you to also realize that you're the one that allowed yourself for these things. You know, you don't need permission from anyone to dream. You don't need permission from your parents. You don't need permission from society. You don't need someone to tell you that you're qualified to do what it is that you want to do. Don't think that by you attending a prestigious school for 4 or 16 years, whatever it is that makes you, those things don't prepare you to step out into destiny. There's no school that you can go to that prepares you for destiny. Those are things that are already within you. And you really need to know that you don't need anyone's permission to fulfill your destiny, your heart dreams, the things that are placed inside of you. You have the tools. You just need to hope, to dream, to work. It's almost like a farmer, you know, like you plant the seed and you have to work the land, right? And then you reap your crops. Life, just like the gym, it doesn't give you anything you didn't work for. So you go to the gym, you can go every day and you can fool everybody on Instagram, but the gym, and you know how much work you actually put in there. So, and the gym is not going to give you anything that you did not earn. You're not going to have those results. And the same thing in your life, you're not going to have those results without putting in that work. And that's okay. I don't know why work got like this dirty name. Like if it's something that's bad for you, there's so many blessings, and it's a blessing to work. It is a blessing to be able to sow so that you can reap. So just the fact that we're able to work, you're blessed. So I hope that you know, just the fact that you can work on your dreams, you're blessed. The graveyard is filled with people that never accomplished their dreams. And we're still here giving another opportunity, giving you another day and another opportunity to fulfill our destiny. I also want to remind you that dreams take courage. Dreams take huge courage. Like, it's hard. So when people are out here living their best life and everybody's the 15 seconds of fame, rags to riches, everybody's a motivational speaker, trust me, especially when you want to get into something, it starts seeming like everybody is doing it. I use this app called Soul Time. I love it. This is not a plug for them. This is just a story from one of the meditations that I did. And that's why I have to mention it, because it's from one of their meditations. So there was this analogy. This one was talking about dreaming and all these beautiful things about dreaming. And so it's talking about these dooms dogs. And I've mentioned it in some of my Instagram posts because it was something that really stuck with me. So these dooms dogs, they represent our fears and our failures, and the door represents our success. So, and it's what we want to walk through. We want to walk through into success, right? So the dooms dog story is that there's these really mean dogs guarding the door that is of your destiny, right? So we need to walk through this door, but there's these evil guard dogs that are growling at you and whispering basically your fears. That's what these dogs represent. They represent your failures, your fears. You trying to approach this door and them telling you you're not good enough, you're not worthy. Who do you think you are? Look at the family you come from. You don't come from money. You don't even have any money. Oh, you're just a fake. You're phony. You don't have what it takes. What's on the other side of this door is actually going to destroy you. And you know what? What's usually on the other side of the door promises us all the amazing things, the riches, the desires of our heart, but it also can promise us failure on the other side of the door. So, in that, you just don't know. But the doom dogs, they simply represent your fears. So let's talk about this other story. So Britain's Got Talent, much like America's Got Talent, there's this beautiful 13-year-old girl, really painfully shy, almost hurts to watch her, and we're all kind of worried for her, right? They turn on the music. She starts dancing. Her song comes on. This girl belts out the most beautiful voice, song, music coming from her. And everyone is in awe. This girl is free on stage, being who she's destined to be. In that moment, she stepped through the door into destiny, passing the doom dogs, basically laughing at them. But that is what in so many ways we need to do. I'm sure when that little girl was stepping onto stage, all kinds of things she heard from those dogs telling her, like, you're a little girl, you can't do this. This is for adults. Who knows? Because fear is such a liar. It's so crazy. It says things to us that we would never even say out loud because we would be embarrassed of what people would know, like knowing that we talk about ourselves in that way. Sometimes that's what you need to do, is bring light to it and just step out. So this little girl, so courageous. Everyone was in awe and applauding her. She even got a gold buzzer. There was confetti. And it was beautiful because everybody loves to see a story of courage. Her stepping out and being so great in her destiny. But what was even more beautiful was her father watching her from the sidelines behind a curtain with a big smile on his face. And I can only, think of his face and like our father or our parents that want such amazing good things for us. And, they can only want it for us, but we're the ones that have to step out into walking it. And we're the ones that have to belt out that music, take those steps. They can't walk on the stage with us. And that joy that it gives. But it's a beautiful story. It's really sweet. But that little girl had the courage to step out. And man, I can't imagine what that fear feels like. But in so many ways I can, because all of us have those doom dogs at those doors. And if you feel like you don't know what I'm talking about, that there is no door that you're afraid of, there's no dream that you're not afraid of, maybe you've been really far away from your destiny door. And because there are these dreams that they should excite/scare you because they're that big. You need to be dreaming that big. If you're dreaming these little dreams, maybe if you're so far from that place, it causes growth. It causes you to shed, things that are unwanted, new levels of destiny call you to be at a new level. Every level demands a different version of yourself. I know you guys have heard that before, and it's absolutely true. But so what I'm trying to show you here today is that this is even a path to dreaming. It's okay if you're at a place where you feel like you haven't dreamt for a while. You don't even know. Like, you look at yourself and you're like, man, I want you to ask yourself, what would you do, or what would you be doing if you were 10 times more courageous? What would be your next move if you knew you couldn't fail? That's a good question, right? What would be your next move if you knew you couldn't fail, like right now? Because the number one reason why people aren't taking action in their dreams is lack of courage. That is the one factor of why you're probably not stepping out, or why you didn't step out into some of your dreams. But I am here to tell you that it has been too long, and your destiny can't wait for you forever. And oftentimes people never reach their destiny because they lack courage. Don't let that be you. Start to dream again. Like, you're still who, you still have purpose. You're still that same child. You're just an older child. That's what I say all the time. Kids to me, like adults, when I became an adult, I all of a sudden realized that adults were just older kids. They're people that are still on the journey. They're someone's kid too. Even our grandparents. So I know it sounds kind of funny, but when you think about it in that way, you can have way more mercy and empathy with a person, because they're just on the journey just like you, just maybe further along, or maybe earlier on in their journey. So it's tough. You have to have mercy with each other and empathy, because it's tough. But at the same time, it's beautiful. Like, nothing easy is beautiful. Nothing wonderful didn't have a process to go through. So you just have to appreciate the process. Lastly, guys, when you're dreaming, dream big. Don't take into account like what you have or who you are, or it's just like, this is what I have now. you need to dream big. Like when miracles happen, when big dreams happen, it's things that at the end people are like, wow, how did you do this? And that's why people are so in awe of these amazing figures in our society that are able to accomplish so much. It's because it's that awe factor, like, wow, how did you do this? And you will only find out those things and stepping out into it. It's just amazing how destiny and God and all these beautiful things just align. If you're not up for the challenge, someone else will be. It's funny, you know how sometimes people have great ideas and you have the same idea, but it's whoever does it first. And at the same time, like, you just have to be a tool that's willing to be used. If you have a dream inside of you, be willing to be used as a tool to do something great for our world, for humanity, for our community. You know, like, we have these little dreams inside of us for a reason. Listen to that. Be bold. Step out. Have courage. Be bold as a lion. Like, what do you have to lose? And at the same time, you know, maybe you're sitting there, well, I have a lot to lose, Valeria. And the thing is that I want you to remember, what's your alternative? Living a life that you're not proud of, living a life that is not what you know you can have. It's like a bird that can fly, but doesn't fly. You have wings, why aren't you flying? You have the tools, you have the dream, fly. I love you guys. Thanks for listening and watching.